We're here at the Umoja 2 basketball court and we're ready to roll. So let's begin. Karibuni sana. Thank you for being our guests on this episode today. Please introduce yourselves and let us know what you do at the sports department.
Thank you, MULIKA team. Okombo Willis is my name. I'm from the sports department, Nairobi County. Today I'm here with my colleagues. We want to talk about the MULIKA stop rape and defilement. So I'll let them also introduce themselves.
Thank you so much. My name is Ven Mboga. I work in the county sports department, but in the ground. I'm in the community, sub-county levels. Yes.
I'm Pascaline Musau, sports officer from the Department of Sports, Nairobi City County, representing Makadara, Starehe, and Kamukunji sub-counties.
So as we discuss MULIKA, this campaign, first we want to thank you for partnering and being among the people that are helping to push this agenda. And we're looking at sports as a tool for change. What do you have to say about that?
First of all, as the sports department, our main mandate is to promote and nurture talent. And how do we ensure that we nurture and promote talent? Is through the organization of the tournaments, like the one we are having now. I'm aware that this tournament is going to run for 4 months, Nairobi County Basketball League. So when we have such an event, we normally, it's called Sports Plus. So the campaign is another activity on top of the tournament. So this time round we are doing a Stop Rape and Defilement campaign. So apart from nurturing the talent that we have at the community level, we are also going to reach out to the community to talk about some of the challenges they are going through. And the challenges they are going through is affecting some of our players, some of our coaches, or even the community at large.
So the young people we've had conversations with have highlighted some of the challenges they are facing. So some of them will miss out on opportunities for their talent to be identified or continue to be nurtured because of the ills that they face as they play basketball. Nistaki ama nisistaki? Nitaje? Sindio? Coaches, some coaches are defiling these girls. The girls who are in school and then some of the ones who are now older, over 18, are being raped. Literally being told, you're not going to get playtime if you don't sleep with me. Coaches, yeah? Those who are in school, things happen to them and they have nowhere to go, and many of them are in sports. How do you think the MULIKA campaign, with the support of the sports department at the county level, can help to address these issues?
Well, I think this is a collective effort, because now when you come around cases like rape and defilement, we now have the Justice Department, we will have the Police Department coming over to assist in such cases. But for us as a sporting department, we might be tempted to leave at the talent nurture. But with our coaches at the ground, I think we normally record a few cases such as the rape and defilement and now take it to the other departments. Let's say the Justice Department, the Police Department. So we can only do as much as maybe forwarding our cases to the other departments.
That is why we partner with the people like you, so that is why you said you MULIKA them. You know, we are working with you to help us as we are promoting sports as a county government. We need people like you too. The same thing you have said, that you have had conversations with these youths, and you have actually, there is something you have mentioned about the coaches, because I work in the county depends on me to promote sports in the community. I depend on the coaches to make sure the sports is well, in the ground. Who will tell me what the coaches are doing? You understand? Because some of the, as we say, some youths, not all of them are extroverts. Some they are introverts. They don't open up. And that's why we are using sports to get these messages, because now with sports they are opening up. They can open up with a friend, as they are doing sports. But as in the county government, what are we doing concerning these challenges? We come across people like you to help us get the information and see how we are going to solve them.
I think we should also create awareness to the girls and the boys. These coaches should not manipulate them. They have a right to play. So it's good to create awareness. And also I think there is a regulation by the Ministry of Sports that coaches should be, if it's a ladies team, they should be coached by a lady coach. If it's men team, they should be coached by a men team. So we should emphasize on this and look for more partners. So through sports, we can create that awareness.
Thank you. I think that's a good point. And you've raised something that I think is important. Have there been any cases that you've reported that have seen to the end and achieved justice? Because what we've noticed in the community, it will be reported nicely. You will report to the next level, whether it's the police or wherever, and then it dies there. And I know your mandate ends somewhere, but are there forms of follow-up? Yeah, have you seen any cases that you have reported that have come to you and you have forwarded, achieving justice?
Well, I think when we started, you mentioned some of the cases are being decided outside the court. I think maybe the offenders, they try to manage their ways to reach out to the victims, and then they sort out their cases outside the court. Also, that is a challenge, because now when we forward our complaints maybe to the Justice Department, and then now the victims and the offenders collude now to end the cases outside the court. You see, now we've not come to a conclusion of that challenge. So cases are there, and I think the major challenge is now the settlement of those.
And also to add on what Willis has said, what we normally do, you see, like for example, if it is every category, by the time you identify this is the best coach for this team, most of the coaches, they are selected from the team themselves. Someone they know very well, someone they have grown, they grow up together. So I can say from our side of as a department, there's some cases that comes up, and what we do, we normally have a meeting with these coaches, and then if it is not reported, we advise them to go and report. But remember, as you said again, we want to end the silence, because you find out some teams they are supporting this specific coach. They don't want to lose that coach. So we advise them to go and report.
I think it's also tied to the fact that they are threatened. Some of these men and women, the girls and the boys, sometimes they are threatened. Ukisema tutakutoa. And for some, that's their only hope. Basketball or football, whatever it is, might be their lifeline to achieving their goals in life. Yeah. So there's a lot going on in the space. Who do you think you need to partner with? I know there is the team by MULIKA and FEBA and all those, but which other departments do you see would be critical in addressing these social challenges?
Every sub-county we have the Justice Department, so we really urge the teams or even the victims to approach the Justice Department and even approach the coaches that the specific teams that they play with, so that an action can be followed.
Maybe as a department, we also need to engage more with public health, because once these youths have been gone through that, some of them get affected mentally. So if in our county we have a department that deals with mental health, maybe we need to engage more with them and anytime we are in the field, we come with one of them, then they manage to talk with them, because I'm very sure they will open up more.
We also have a department of youth in our subsector. They also deal with the youth. They talk about mental health and tropical issues. We also have the department of gender. We can also collaborate with them to end the silence,
so that we end the cycle. So now I am just thinking about any coach who is responsible for managing children has to sign certain policies, isn't it right? Do we know what these policies are, so that those who are listening can learn and understand, so that they can go back to the schools and ask, did the coach sign? Is there a policy that the coach has signed? The child protection, I don't know, there are a few, I don't know if you're aware of them at the tip of your fingers, or it's something you can share later, so that we let the people know out there.
Well, I'm aware of guidelines because for any sport there has to be a guideline. Well, we might not be having them at our fingertips, but I know there are guidelines that we can provide later on for the community teams to depend on. But also there is, I think CAS is in full, is Kenya Academy of Sports. They have a safety and awareness program that we can get, so that the coaches can depend on.
What do you expect to see at the end of the 4 months?
At the end of this tournament, I wish our children and our youth enjoying a free sport where there is no defilement, where there is no rape, where there is no intimidation from the coaches.